Okay, here is our video for May Song. The first thing we want to think about with May Song is the rhythm. The dotted quarter note that starts the piece, we have to make sure that we don't use too much bow, because either you have to stay stuck at the tip then, or you have to do a huge up bow on the eighth note that follows, which disrupts the sound and the line. So what we want to do, our first exercise should be to just take the open strings without the fingers for that first measure. We're going to put the bow at the bottom tape, and we're going to, on the first down bow is only going to go to the middle tape. So we're going to shorten it a little bit and count 1, 2, 3, up, down, up. So a really clear stop on 3 with the bow. Notice that I have a lot of glue into the string. The bow is right there so that when I start, we get a good toe sound. This time I'm going to do it again. I'm going to count that 1, 2, 3 so you can hear 1, 2, 3. Up, down, up. Okay, so the big thing you have to watch out for is just making sure you're stopping in the middle and that the rhythm is exactly accurate. Make sure that it's really down, up, and nothing else, not coming a little bit later with the eighth note or earlier. Okay, so now we're going to put the fingers in, and we want to make sure that there's a lot of time to prepare string crossings and finger setting. Remember the saying, finger, bow, and then go. And that will always be a good thing when you're learning a new piece. So I'm going to play extra short so I have time to set fingers, starting with the A string with our bow set at the bottom tape. Now we're going to set 2 for C sharp on A string, only 2, open E, 3 by itself on E. Now the 1 is going to go down and stay down while we play 3. There's the first phrase, and it's a good idea to put the 1 down and just practice this by itself here. Make sure the hand is in this nice shape, like you're holding a ball in your hand, and the third finger will be right over where it's going to drop. And this is exactly what we do in the tonalization, okay? Now I'm going to go to the next phrase. I'm going to start again at the beginning and we'll go on. So here's the beginning again. Now we're going to set the 3 on the A string, move the bow over to A, move the bow back to E, set 2 on A, and come back with the bow. 1, A. So this is another little piece that we can isolate. 3 on the A string, starting down bow, over to E string, set 2, move the bow. Now I'm going to go on to the middle part of the piece. Open E, 3 on A, high 2 on A, right next to 3. We lift the 2, come over to E string, but keep it very close, the 2, because we set again. So there's that 1 string crossing over to the E string, but the 2 stays as close as possible. So let's play that part again. Let's start with 2 on the A string. Notice that I am waiting with the bow until the 2 is set before coming back to the A string. And then the second part is exactly the same again. 2, E, set 2, move the bow. So our rule is that the bow always waits for the finger to set, have plenty of time to set accurately. And string crossings we always do very carefully. And if you isolate step by step that way, when you put everything together and start to take the stops out, it will be very clean, it will work very well. So now we're going to finish up with me just playing through the whole piece. And I'm going to do it a little bit under tempo, but you can see how it starts to come together. Okay, and paying attention always to that 1, 2, 3, up, down every time. Now I'm going to play it as it is when we take all of the stops out. And if you've done enough good, careful work setting fingers and then having the bow move, because all of this is all about the independence of these two hands, what's going on, and getting them to work together in the right way. That's what we're ingraining. And if you've done enough of that slow stop, set, play sort of practicing, it should then just go right together because your fingers and arms will work together. Stop, think, play. That's always a very good thing to do when you're first learning a piece. So here it is in the final version when we take all the stops out. All right, happy practicing.